Ramadan. Anambra State Government tasked the Anambra on tree planting to checkmate erosion. Muslim Ummah cautioned against all forms of criminalities as Eid al-Fitr lasts. 17 Pakistani pilgrims died in a bus crash. Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Mokoyi. Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has congratulated the Muslim Ummah in Anambra State on Eid al-Fitr celebration and urged them to use the occasion to build on the lessons and reflections of Ramadan. The governor's wife, who stated this in her Eid al-Fitr message, which was released in Awka, noted that the celebration calls for real introspection on how celebrants have pursued the holy lessons of love, friendship, and community. She urged all the Muslims faithful that are celebrating to also use the religious feast to foster social harmony and effect a lasting mark of friendship and peace on the community around them. Mrs. Soludo also asked them to find a common ground for oneness and tolerance as they relish the joy and blessings of the important celebration. While wishing the Muslim Ummah in Anambra State a fulfilled Eid al-Mubarak, the governor's wife commended them for championing peace and harmony in the state and urged them to continue to support the present administration's vision of a livable and prosperous Anambra State. And the Commissioner for Environment, Dr. Felix Odimegu, has called on Ndi Anambra to plant trees within their households to mitigate against climate change and erosion in Anambra State. Dr. Odimegu made the call during the flag of tree planting exercise by Senator Limited at Amazon Housing Estate, Enugu Agede, in Njikoka local government area. Our correspondent Chukwemeka Modelim was there and now reports.
Megu noted that Senator Limited, the developers of the estate, has complimented Governor Chukwuma Soludo's efforts of creating green zones and doused over 1,000 active erosion sites in the state by planting trees inside the estate. He disclosed that Anambra State government distributed over 1 million trees to about 130 households last year to mitigate against climate change, build a clean and green environment, as well as arrest erosion ravaging parts of Anambra State. The commissioner maintained that tree planting will ensure sustainable environment by mitigating against erosion and flooding, and commended Senator Limited for building an estate with the touch of nature.
Here is one to mitigate against climate change by the enormous planting of trees within the neighborhoods, and two, to provide for poverty alleviation.
The inspiration was got looking back at the Amazon forest in Brazil. That's the vision behind this. Because when you look at Amazon forest, you see it's densely packed with vegetation, with greens. And then with the knowledge I have about the environment, trees have so much functions, so much benefits to human and environment at large.
In his remarks, the Transition Committee Chairman of Njikoka Local Government Area, Chief Clems Aguiyi, expressed joy that the move is in line with Anambra State government policy to have Anambra environment clean and sustainable, and urged other estate developers to emulate them. In their reactions, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Mr. Foster Ihejiofor, and the Managing Director of Anambra State Fishery and Aquaculture Business Development Agency, Mr. Emeka Ilogalo, who highlighted the economic and health benefits of trees, called on Ndi Anambra to join hands with Governor Soludo to preserve green environment so that Anambra will be recognized for longevity. The occasion climaxed with tree planting inside the estate by Mr. Ameze and the government officials that graced the occasion. From Enugu Agede, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
It was a homecoming ceremony for Ndi Unando Otu Aguleri in Anambra East Council area as they rallied round their traditional ruler, Igwe Johnson Onyaka Mbanefo, for his 2024 Ovala Festival. The Ovala Festival, which took place at Colonel Mike Atta Secondary School Field, Unando Otu Aguleri, was the traditional ruler's second Ovala since he ascended the throne. Our correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye was there and now reports.
They also used the event to launch a 60 million naira tractor project that will be used by members of the community for commercial farming to ease the hardships caused by manual farming. Tagged Ovaludo, the festival attracted other traditional rulers from Omabala region, top government officials. The event came to its climax when Igwe Onyaka Mbanefo, in company of his wife Ebelechukwu and members of his royal cabinet, were ushered into the Ovala ground. Breaking the kola note, Igwe Onyaka Mbanefo said since he ascended the throne, enthronement of peace, development, and unity of the community have been his vision as he has continued to seek for betterment of his subjects. He praised Governor Chukwuma Soludo for all the developmental projects going on in the state, which he said they have benefited hugely from, saying that the new general hospital in Enugu to Aguleri, the electrification project for the rural community, and provision of potable water are some of the important projects of the administration that will better their lives. In a good message, the Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Engineer Julius Chukwuemeka, said he was elated by the relative peace and cordial relationship enthroned in Aguleri Otu and their neighboring communities, championed by Igwe Onyaka Mbanefo, and asked them to keep supporting Governor Soludo.
As a team implies, I believe in Ovala, here with Tudo, nearby, and
the President General of Aguleri Progressive Union, Barrister Ifani Ilakasia, who doubled as the chairman of the 2024 Ovala Planning Committee, explained that Ovala Festival is the highest celebration in their community and they rally around their traditional ruler, Igwe Onyaka Mbanefo, because of his peace-oriented leadership in the community. For the chairman, Unando Otu Aguleri Cabinet, Chief Raphael Edoziogo Ejo, God bless them with Igwe Onyaka Mbanefo, as the community has not had it so good before, as he prayed for a long reign of the monarch. Igwe Onyaka Mbanefo also conferred chieftaincy titles on some individuals who have contributed to the growth and development of the community, including Chief Alex Madukase, Chidumebi Okonkwo, and Mrs. Rose Ilochi. Homages by the subjects, masquerading, and other cultural activities were some of the highlights of the Ovala. From Unando Otu Aguleri, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Anambra State Joint Security Force recently extended its manhunt for criminals attacking security formations in the state to Obaru Forest. In a release signed by the PPRO, Tochukwu Ikenga stated that locations around Amiyi and Ochuche were combed for the insurgents. Troops of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Navy lent considerable firepower to the operation, which completely routed the hoodlums from their hideouts in the forest. The release adds that several camps were found and destroyed during the operation, which lasted several hours. 9 improvised explosive devices, IEDs, recovered from the camps were safely defused by police bomb squad. According to the release, the Commissioner of Police, CP Aderemi Adeoye, has commended the military for its steadfastness in supporting the fight against criminality. He also thanked the DSS, NSCDC, NDLEA, NIS, and various vigilante groups across the state for the wonderful synergy that is yielding fantastic results in keeping Anambra State safe. The Commissioner of Police also warned cultists running amok in the state capital to be aware that their days are numbered. He warned that security will not fold its hands and watch them destabilize the state in the name of cult rivalry, leading to fatalities. As Muslims in Nigeria join their counterparts around the world to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, the Sarki of Buhari Area Council, Anwai Ejakoro, has advised Muslim faithfuls to discourage all forms of criminal activities and other social vices in the society. The Sarki Buhari, who made the call after the Eid prayers in Buhari Area Council Abuja, called on parents to oversee the activities of their children who are the leaders of tomorrow. Our ABS Abuja Bureau Chief, Ekwi Ajide, now reports.
Ramadan is a holy period that teaches empathy for the less privileged, devotion to Almighty God for guidance. Forgiveness and blessings are practiced for 30 days through fasting and prayers. The day is centered around celebrating the end of a month of fasting and spending time with family, friends, and people within the community. The Sarki Buhari Area Council and Anwai Ejakoro urged Nigerians to stand together as people and the nation to build trust, confidence, respect for one another.
Barka da Sallah. Sallah celebration is a celebration of joy because it's part of Sunnah to make sure that we visited our parents, our lovely ones, and our Muslim brother across the nation, to make sure that we tell them Barka da Sallah.
Another Muslim faithful, Suleiman Ejakoro, also appealed to the federal government to empower more youths in the society to reduce all forms of criminality across the country.
We are appealing to the federal government to at least look at the youth and the community, do the necessary things, because to be frank, people are they are facing a lot of things because of the hardship that people are facing now. Please, we need government to do something so that it can ease the life of Nigerians.
Usually in this season, Muslims are enjoined to reflect on the lessons of Ramadan, depicting virtues, sympathy, and brotherhood in their lives, as well as continue prayers for national growth and stability. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
On the foreign scene, at least 17 Pakistani pilgrims have died in a bus crash while traveling to a shrine in Balochistan for Eid al-Fitr celebrations. The accident occurred recently when the vehicle lost control before falling into a ravine. More than 40 are also being treated for injuries in Karachi, and police say casualties could rise. High fatality crashes are common in Pakistan, often caused by driver error and poorly maintained roads. Balochistan Chief Minister Sindh Murad Ali Shah told reporters that 2 children were among the injured and that at least 5 people have sustained serious head injuries. He added that the details of the accident were still under investigation. Balochistan's Deputy Commissioner Muni Ahmad Kaka told newsmen that there were some 60 people, including men, women and children, riding in the truck when the accident occurred, and that it may have been due to a brake failure. Eid al-Fitr, which means Festival of the Breaking of the Fast, is celebrated by millions of Muslims around the world, including those in Pakistan. It marks the end of Ramadan, a month of fasting, spiritual reflection, and prayer. On sports news, Napoli forward Victor Osimhen is reportedly on the verge of a significant move to Paris Saint-Germain for a fee of 120 million euros. The deal comes as a heavy blow to Chelsea's transfer aspirations of landing the Nigerian international to solve their striker crisis ahead of next season. Several top European clubs has also shown interest in securing the services of the Super Eagles striker this summer. However, negotiations between Napoli and PSG, as reported by Italian outlet Tio Martino, are now progressing to an advanced stage. PSG seemed determined to outmaneuver competitors like Chelsea in the pursuit of Osimhen's signature. The French giant is poised to activate Osimhen's 120 million euro release clause and offer him a lucrative 4-year contract worth 13 million euro per season. Chelsea's financial constraints and the pressing need to adhere to the Premier League's profit and sustainability regulations have led them to withdraw from the race for Osimhen's signature. The Nigerian international, who helped the Super Eagles to reach the Africa Cup of Nations final, is a frequent transfer target despite signing a contract extension until 2026 in December. Osimhen, 25, reportedly has a 112 million euro release clause in his new contract, which PSG would be happy to activate if Mbappé's high wage did not strain their resources. The Napoli striker has developed into one of Europe's most lethal strikers in recent years, following up on a tally of 26 goals in 32 Serie A appearances last season, with 17 in 13 this season. And precious and glorious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his faithful servant, but to man, death under any circumstance never seemed a precious thing. This was the case in the life of late Sir Michael Chukwujindo Akudinobi of Umunuko Ukpo in Nnewi South local government area of Anambra State, who was laid to rest at his country home in Ukpo. Our correspondent Chimezie Ume filed this report.
The funeral mass held in honor of the deceased took place at St. Peter's Clevers Catholic Church, Ukpo, and was presided over by the Bishop of Ekulobe Diocese, His Eminence Peter Cardinal Opaleke. In a homily, Cardinal Opaleke explained that one who lives purposeful and well-examined life is not afraid of death. He emphasized that as a knight of the church, the deceased has prepared himself to return to his Maker and urged every father to always bless their children and direct them in the path of life instead of cursing them. In his tributes, Engineer Dozie Akudinobi, who described his late father as a molder of men, great disciplinarian, and lover of God worthy of emulation, thanked all that came to commiserate with them on the death of their father.
He is known for his truthfulness, for his honesty. He mentioned that the people that he transformed their lives are countless, like the sands of the ocean. But one thing is remarkable, that he was a living saint when he was alive.
In their separate remarks, the first daughter and son-in-law to the deceased, Mrs. Chinwe Nnabugu, and Chief Simon Chukwendo, described the late Sir Michael as a lovely, kind, gentle, and generous man whose shoulder bore the pains and difficulties of others, and prayed God to grant his soul eternal rest. Numerous relatives, friends, well-wishers, and business associates, including the alumni of Maris Brothers Secondary School, Uturu, and the Anambra State Chairman of People's Democratic Party, Chief Ndubisi Nwobu, poured out their tributes to the deceased and encouraged his children to keep to the legacies of their father. The late Sir Michael, who died at the age of 87, is survived by his wife, 4 children, numerous grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
Our heartfelt condolences to the Akudinobi family of Ukpo. And with that story, we end the news. But remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio TV. And follow us at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka, on Instagram at ABS Radio TV, and on X at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Eid al-Fitr, Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Soludo, has urged Muslim faithfuls to build reflection of Ramadan. Anambra State Government has tasked the Anambra on tree planting to checkmate erosion. Muslim Ummah has cautioned against all forms of criminalities as Eid al-Fitr lasts. And from the foreign scene, we brought you reports that 17 Pakistani pilgrims have died in a bus crash. And to end the news, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Good morning and have a blessed day.